To kick off 2020, Jay Ellis, we thought these Knicks were going to go down to Tampa and get a W against the Toronto Raptors. Wasn't meant to be, man. Julius tried all he could to put the team on his back. 16-point, 10-board, 5-assist performance. But it was the Knicks, the New York Bricks, who ruined it for the team. 0 for 23 from the starters from three-point land. 3 for 36, all for the whole game. 0 for 21 for R.J. Barrett in his last few games. The New York Bricks were alive and well tonight, Jay Ellis, and the Knicks lose 100-83 to the Raptors. Where'd you see this thing go wrong, man?
Oh man, the three-pointers, just like you said, Julius Randle did all he could. He attracted double teams from the beginning of the game. They doubled Julius Randle. He made the right plays. I would say 90 to 95% of the time. Knicks just couldn't capitalize. Like you said, starters 0 for 23 from three-point lane.
NBA record for the starters.
Yes, NBA record for the starters. It didn't get. I mean, the bench came in. Kevin Knox came in a little hot, hit 2 threes in a row. Austin Rivers' debut hit a 3 as well, and it seemed like maybe we can get some scoring from the bench, but it didn't really last. They ended up putting the clamps on us when they went zone, and that's all she wrote. We really missed Alec Burks. We really missed Emmanuel Quickly. Alfred Payton, when it came down to earth, it was benched in the fourth quarter. CP coach had enough.
Yeah.
And we played all the right games. We made the right plays. We just don't have the horses right now to hit threes consistently.
Couldn't buy a basket. This was the worst game I'd ever seen this year, Jay Ellis. The worst game I'd ever seen. As you said, it was a good homecoming for Kevin Knox. We saw Austin Rivers come off the bench, and we'll get to that in a second. But I thought, again, the keys to the loss, number one, Reggie Bullock, who had 17 in the game against the Cavs. And a great shooting night, was atrocious tonight. 3 for 15 overall. 0 for 9 from downtown. 6 points. Disappointing in the starters. R.J. Barrett has got to come to the stage, Jay Ellis. As I said, 0 for 21 from 3. Not just tonight, but throughout the season. And tonight, another inefficient one. 4 for 19 from the field. 0 for 8 from downtown. Jay Ellis, from the time that caller called in and said, how do we get RJ going in isolation? This wasn't it. It was too much three-pointers, not enough intermediate game. It was basically bully ball of threes. It just wasn't going for RJ Barrett tonight, man. Talk to me, bro.
Man, he hasn't hit a 3 since his 3 from 3 game in the first game of the season, CP. And it's like the teams are daring him to shoot. They're going to load up on him in the paint, just like they did with Julius Randle. So there's no remedy but hitting the shots. That's it. I mean, you can go into the game triple team like they were doing Julius, but you need to hit your shots to soften his defense up, or otherwise we're in trouble. It's just going to be turnovers at the end of the day. We need shooters.
Yeah.
We need shooting bad.
Yeah. When they get into that zone, man, you got to shoot them out of it. I thought Julius did what he could. He played the middle. He found Noel in the dunker spot again on one of them, but we couldn't bust his zone from the perimeter. And that definitely hurt us. And I think, again, for RJ, I'd like to see him, when they are in man defense, I'd like to see him get better looks from the mid-range. If the three-pointers aren't dropping, and you can't always expect to just bully your way to the baskets. It's got to be somewhere in between that he can, take advantage of these guys. Especially, you had a small Fred VanVleet out there. I don't think the Knicks did a great job in really exposing him on the defensive end either. And I thought they could have used RJ to do that as well.
Yeah, absolutely, man. RJ, he came in having a reputation of being a bully in the post, wasn't really able to go to his strength. I mean, these guys are short up top when they go with the 2-guard set. You got to try to figure out a way to exploit that. But when they go zone, like it kind of covers it up. It kind of covers up their strengths, man. We just need shooters. Alec Burks can't come back
soon enough. Jesus. And they kept asking me, Jails, what do you guys see in Alec Burks? I had one guy say we treating him like Allen Houston because, again, on a team like this, he's needed. His shooting is needed. His playmaking abilities are needed. Yeah, on a team like the Knicks, that one of the worst teams in the league last year, a guy like Alec Burks can come in and give this team a huge lift. We saw Austin Rivers come in off the bench, Jay Ellis, and in 4 minutes gave you more production from the backup point guard spot than you've had out of Frank and DSJ in 3 years. I mean, it's just simple competence out here that we're looking for here, that these two guys are giving them, and that you're gonna see in the future.
Yeah, man, he just looks like he knew how to basketball when he was outside, right? like, oh, he hit his jumper, he collapsed the defense, he made the correct passes, and now you wondering, like, will he be better off the as like a shooter off the ball? Because you know what, we just need the shooting so much. It came to a point where he hit the three, but then he was just used as a penetrator and kicker. And sometimes I'm just looking at that like, man, I wish he was the one having the ball kicked to it at this point, because everybody else was breaking it up.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So definitely decisions that have to be made by Tibbs there, and definitely going to get back to that. But I thought the turning point of the game, with 8 minutes and 40 seconds left, we were down by 3. And the Raptors had called a timeout. Knicks were going on a run. And then all of a sudden, it's 76-73. All of a sudden, you have a Fred VanVleet three-pointer.
Yeah.
You have an Austin Rivers miss, which leads to a Chris Boucher three-pointer.
Yep.
And then you have a Chris Boucher slam 8-0 run at that point. Knicks called timeout. Raptors would ultimately go on an 11-0 run. And that was basically all she wrote, man. That was basically all she wrote. By the 7-minute mark, I think this game was pretty much done.
Yeah, man. You saw that the body language was gone. You wonder if the 8-man short rotation wears you down when you get to that third and fourth quarter, especially when you're not hitting shots. It's all a mental game from there on. If you're not hitting shots and they're hitting threes, we really need some manpower here. Just I mean, I know we need shooters too, but just the fact that we're going 8 men night to night tonight, and the way Tom Thibodeau demands us to play defense, we're going to need more.
It was tough.
Manpower.
Yeah, it was tough. Yeah. And as you saw, as the game wore on in the fourth, they were taking more and more bad shots. The bad shots were leaving a terrible transition defense, and the Raptors were just all over it. Opened the game wide open in the fourth quarter. They were a team that was desperate for their first win, and and they got it. They got it. And listen, with the threes, I think Wiley said it great on the MSG post game. He said it's, is this representative of the Knicks? No. Is their hot start, which was, gave them the number 1 ranking in 3-point percentage, is that representative of the Knicks? No, it's somewhere in the middle. Right? Take a look at the Bucks, who came into MSG and shot 7 for 30-something from 3. Right? The next night, they go wash up the Heat with the NBA record 29 threes, JLs.
Yeah.
That's just, and I thought the Knicks faced that when they faced the Bucks and they faced the Cavaliers. They gave those guys wide open threes, and those guys were not knocking it down. And I thought it was it came back and got them tonight. Came back and got them tonight. Between Burks, between Bullock, RJ, I mean, they were just bricking it up.
Yeah, you got to also think, too, it's kind of like an extended preseason, man. This is a weird year. There's not that much practice, only 4 preseason games. There's going to be teams out there who's a little bit out of rhythm. So you can expect some weird nights, like 50-point losses from the Clippers and things of that nature going into beginning this game. But also, for us, can't get too high, can't get too low either, just because we still don't have enough people right now. Everybody's injured. Now, I don't know if that's because the practice is so grueling that people are just breaking down so quickly, or maybe people aren't in shape and they're wearing down already. I don't know what's in the water right now, but we just need bodies back.
We need bodies back. I mean, I think in the case of Burks, that could happen to anybody. That's just a basketball play where you come down on somebody and you sprain your ankle. That happens to everybody. But you have Frank with the knee. You have DSJ, with his issues. Walking wounded right now. Julius goes down at the end of the game. They call it a cramp. So Knicks are walking wounded right now. But, going back to Austin Rivers, gave us a spark off the bench, running the point. And he got Kev activated. We see it time and time again what competent point guard play has, that impact that it has on Kevin Knox. And Austin Rivers got in. First assist goes right to Kev. Boom, knocks down a three-pointer. Drive and kick to Kev. Boom, knocks down a three-pointer. I thought Austin was sharp. Hadn't played 5-on-5 this past season. Obviously, he played in the bubble, but hadn't played 5-on-5 with this Knicks team. No chemistry with them. And just came in and just did what he had to do. Took what the defense gave him, tried to drive and kick and get the guys involved.
Refreshing, man. He didn't even have a 5-on-5 practice with us, which is crazy. He just came in on the game and just on pure basketball skill and knowledge, and got Kev activated. And if you watch this game went on, Kev, they adjusted the defense to chase Kev off that 3-point line.
Yeah.
And so he's getting the respect now that he's hitting that corner three on a consistent basis. Now he just need to consistently hit that one dribble pull up or that head fake side step three. And now all of a sudden Kev is a threat. So shout out to Austin Rivers again, getting Kev activated, and I hope Emmanuel quickly can do the same when he comes back too. Then we have two people looking for Kev.
Yeah, 16.6 boards for Cavs, 5 of 14 on the night, 2 of 8 from downtown. And as you said, as they start to chase him off of the 3-point line, again with Kev, same with RJ, you want to see him with a little bit of an intermediate game to be able to put the ball on the floor. I thought Kev was aggressive in the first half and getting to the basket, but he finishes very soft. And one, he was right there for a scoop layup, and he throws it 10 feet out of bounds to his family up in the stands. I think he was throwing it. Jay from Florida was at this game. I think Kev was throwing it to Jay for talking all that mess.
And Jay was open in the corner.
Talking all that mess. So, Kev I liked his aggressiveness, but he's got to work on his finishing because he's certainly better than what we saw around the rim, and he has the reach. He has to be able to do that. But the 3-pointers, he was knocking them down tonight. So good game from Kev. And that was really it off the bench. Noel was spotty. I thought he had some moments where he was a disaster, and then he had some moments where he came back and tried to keep us in the game. Mitch was decent. Nothing crazy out of Mitch either. Our overall supporting cast just wasn't good enough to get this W. I mean, they held him to 100 points. The defense was okay, but the offense just couldn't buy a bucket, and I thought that was the story of the game.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like, the one thing we can hang our hat on is defense at this point, man. We're holding teams to under 100 points consistently. We just need the consistent scoring to get us some wins this season. It seems like it might be a struggle, but we'll see how the story unfolds as the season unfolds, and we have some of our shooters back.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. New Year's Knicks post game live. CP from KnicksFanTV. My man Jay Ellis from the Nick of Time show. Jay Ellis, man, I thought it was gonna be a dope New Year's Eve send off for us.
Yeah, man.
I was disappointed, man. I thought I was gonna say, New Year, new us, and all of that. All those cliche sayings. I thought we were gonna have all of those tonight. You know what I mean? Broke out the new KnicksFanTV snapbacks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
New in stores.
That's what's up.
Yeah, kind of shining in the light a little bit, man. But can't win them all.
I thought we had we shot so badly, and we were only down by 4 points, 3 points for most of the game.
Yeah.
I just knew, we got Julius. Once he gets going, and we just hit a shot or two in a row, we'll get right back in this game. But it just never happened. They went to the zone, they doubled them up. They forced somebody else to step up, and no one stepped up.
Adjustments, man. They're going to have to work on, they're going to have better spaced lineups with Rivers and quickly coming back. And, you have to have flexibility to get Peyton out of there, and even RJ if you need to. But I think a lot of it is going to come down to the decision-making of Julius Randle, of RJ's when he's in there, when they're facing those doubles, when they're facing the zone, to make those right decisions to execute out there. And I thought they did for the most part, but they had wide open looks. They just couldn't knock it down.
It was executed quickly. Like, even if you look at Randle's numbers, 16, 10, and 5, he did well considering everybody missed every pass he ever passed. Like, he did all he can do. I mean, last year, Julius Randle would have just tried to spin into the triple team because no one else was shooting the shot. The coach coached him up well. He kept passing the ball no matter the result, and the team didn't hit the shots. The fact still remains, our best chance for us to win is for Randle to pass the ball, whether we hit the shots or not. So I'm glad that he's still keeping to the game plan.
Yeah, agreed, man. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Let's hear from the callers. Camille from New Jersey, what's going on?
CP, JL, what's up, man? Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Happy Old Years to all my Trinidadian people out there. But listen, man, CP, I'm with you all the way in regards to the Randall take. JLS, I respect everything that you talk about, man, but I could not be on the opposite end of how you feel about Julius Randle. Listen, man, he literally runs up the court every single time, holds on to the ball too long, and literally tries to pass it out and gets an offensive foul, or that just misses the outlet pass that he needs to make. And he kills the offense every single time, man. I was having.
You think Julius Randle killed the offense
I was
tonight?
having a back and forth. Say it again.
You think he said? Do you think Julius killed the offense tonight? You thought he killed the offense tonight?
Bro, I mean, listen, I'd be crazy to say that Julius hasn't made strides last year, and that he isn't our number one scoring option. I get it completely, but at the end of the day, like CP has said, we drafted Obi for a reason, right? I was having a conversation back and forth with people on a healthy conversation, I guess you could say, kind of a little debatable, I guess you could say, in terms of in the comments in the last video, and he scores. But at the end of the day, he had 9 turnovers last game. Like everyone was getting caught up in a moment based off of 4 games, bro. Like how can you make a logical explanation or a logical stance on how you feel about Julius Randle? All these people that are talking about, we owe an apology. Bro, just like 4 months ago, you were saying how you wanted to trade him, and you're basing it off of 4 games. You have to capitalize on him playing well. Granted, that's fine. Capitalize on him playing well now to get maybe a first-round draft pick in this year's draft coming up. And the biggest thing that I think that I've seen with Julius that he's been doing this year, I'm going to wrap up. Sorry, I'm talking a little. But biggest thing that I've seen with Julius this year, he runs up the court and leaves people wide open in the corner. And I think that's
I mean, I hear you.
RJ.
I hear that. Well, that part of it. That's part of it. And appreciate the call, Camille. I hear that, JLs. But when he's going, he's going. They're running the offense through him. You're gonna have to take the good with the bad, bro. You're gonna have to take the good with the bad. He's not perfect. And we see some of the same.
12 shots today, CP.
Yeah,
12 shots.
Listen, you
What the hell?
You're gonna have to take the good with the bad, man. You're gonna have to take the good with the bad. And I don't think he was that bad in terms of stymieing the offense. They had the opportunities. They couldn't knock it down.
What game are you watching, bro? He took 12 shots today. He wasn't passing the ball. Are you kidding me? RJ took 19 shots. Reggie Bull took 15 shots.
They had their opportunities, man.
What the heck? What are we watching?
They had their opportunities. Listen, he's not a perfect player. I understand Camille's frustration, but this game is not on Randall tonight, bro. This game is on Bullock. This game is on RJ. They were atrocious. Let's just be real. They were terrible. They were terrible. Now, to his point, right? I think, again, when you have all this usage through Julius being the primary playmaker, with Peyton being your point guard, you're relegating RJ to a spot-up shooting.
Right.
So they have to figure out now, how do they run more looks for RJ, get him operating, out of the side pick and rolls, maybe with Julius and so on, to get him going a little bit so he's not just standing around trying to space the floor for Julius.
No, I agree with you. The problem is, CP, that Julius is the one commanding the double teams.
Yeah.
And why is he commanding double teams? Because he's the one making shots.
He's the one making plays. That's what I say. You got to live with it.
Yeah,
you got to live with it, man.
If RJ is making shots, he will be the one commanding double teams, and then the offense will run through him more like this. But he's not making shots.
Got to make the shots. Like I can't put this on Julius, man. They had the opportunities. They're supposed to bail him out tonight.
Yeah,
and they came up terrible.
Like at the very least, RJ, most shots on the team, 19 shots. You have a guy who's commanding double teams. That's supposed to make the game easier for everybody.
Yeah.
Now you are a secondary playmaker, attacking closeouts. That's supposed to be your bag. So I don't agree. Now, and to go back to the argument, I'm not saying keep Randall forever. I'm saying extend him for another year.
Yeah.
Pick up his option. Give OB time to develop. That's all I'm saying. If we're getting a 20-10 player in the first round below 15 or whatever, then maybe make that trade. But are you going to get that? I'm not sure.
I hear you, bro. I definitely hear you. Let's hear from Iller on this RJ topic. Iller, what's up, man? Talk to us, bro. Can't dodge us this time, man. What's going on? What's going on with RJ, bro?
Well, today's game was hard to watch. I got no comment on RJ. He was horrible overall. But listen, the real reason I called in today.
Talk about Iggy, bro.
Everyone that's tuning in, listen up. KnicksFanTV is something special and unique. Now, hear me out. CP and Jay Ellis, they don't have to do what they do, but they do it because they fans just like you and I. Nobody here trying to get rich and famous off. The reason I'm mentioning this is because we can come out here, voice our opinions each Knick game, and speak some truth. They think these big networks like ESPN, MSG, whatever, they're scared to speak the truth. If they do, they're getting fired. Nobody here getting fired. You might get banned, but you ain't getting fired. CP,
Yeah. Might not let us in the building, but we can't get fired.
Hit that thumbs up button. Listen up. We all come from different races, religions to support this, and that's what's so beautiful. When this pandemic is over, fans are allowed to enter the arena. I'm going to invite you both to Canada when they play the Raptors, and we're going to do a Canadian edition of KnicksFanTV. I think that's the last minute and 7 seconds. Iggy, guy comes in, gets a rebound, a sweet little pass. Yo, Tibbs, don't be scared to go deep in the bench. Iggy's got more talent than half the players on that roster. I'm out.
I appreciate it. Guy comes in and dodges all the questions.
Focus.
Yeah. Let me get to Jordan from Long Island. Jordan, what's going on, man?
Oh man.
What's up, fellas? Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks, bro. Happy New Year. How you feeling, man?
I want to get off the shooting thing because the shooting thing, that comes and goes. Shooting's gonna be good one night, it's gonna be bad one night, but that's not the problem. The problem is the mechanics and the foundation that this team sits on. We consistently, every game, more than a few times, make these ill-advised reads and cause turnovers when we're trying to do this pick and roll alley-oop thing.
Yeah.
That hasn't worked. It works once or twice, and that's it. So we got to start making the right reads on offense. Second thing is, do we know how to rebound and box out?
Yeah,
that was
especially
so
Mitch,
many
man.
second chance opportunities.
Yeah.
And tonight they were falling and giving us problems. So that really needs to change. Third thing I want to discuss is everyone keeps saying we had to be able to shoot the ball to break the zone defense. That's not the only way to break a zone defense.
Sure.
There's a concept, you guys probably know of it. You play a high post, short corner offense. Mm-hmm. You have your 4 or your 5 at the high post, and you have some guard or your 3 in the short corner.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very simple formation or spacing, and you get into the teeth of the defense. You have 2 guys that are under the basket out of those 3. One of those guys in the 3 under the basket come out, or 2 of them come out on the high post guy. You have the high post guy getting double teamed, and then almost always you're going to have that short corner guy open for either a shot or a dish out for an open 3.
Yeah.
Right.
And finally, the last point I want to hit on is our adaptability. Our adaptability to read defense when we're on offense and offense when we're on defense. We can't continue to play this 4-out, 1-in, offense when they're playing zone defense and expect to, shoot our way out of a zone when the shots aren't falling. We got to change it up. And finally, the defense. If these guys keep hitting threes, we can't just keep picking them up from, right below the 3-point line. Like, how about picking them up at half court? How about, throwing a press at them? How about, trying to change the tempo of the game and try to get them off their rhythm? I feel like everyone's so focused, both in the chat and both on the callers about shooting. Shooting is an on and off thing. It comes and goes. It happens. But that's not what's going to affect us. The shooting is going to be there. It's going to come and go. It's the mechanics and the foundation that we build on that are lacking. You see it in all parts of the game. And I think that we really got to go back to the drawing board and really, look at things on a deeper level.
All right. Appreciate the call, Jordan, man. So Jordan saying JL say they got to make the proper adjustments, man. Make the proper adjustments on the zone. It's not just the shooting. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
I agree that there were other factors, but I also agree that when you set a franchise record for not hitting 3-pointers of all time,
It was
then
an aberration, man.
yeah, then you have to look at the shooting as well. But I do believe that even I talked about this about Emmanuel quickly too when he talks about zone busting. When the defense shift, if you don't hit the shot, when the defense attacks you, you have to be able to pump fake and go and actually get into the paint into teeth of the offense, defense to make a play. And I haven't really seen that today. I've seen it from Knox a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's always been my problem with Reggie Bullock. Sometimes, like once he gets thrown off the 3-point line, he really doesn't do anything with it. He doesn't, and I feel like we still need a little bit more of that. As far as defense,
so I need Burks in that lineup. But go ahead.
Yeah, and as far as the pressing go, I feel like there are guys who do the full court pressing aren't on the team. Mayo Quickly, Frank Ntilikina, those are the guys you usually see who's going to full court press people.
Fair.
This game, and those guys are out the game. I'm not sure if that's Austin Rivers' game really, but I do agree that you need to adjust the defense sometimes and not go below the 3-point line when people are shooting threes out, shooting the 3-pointer like that. But at the same time, though, this team, they were like last in the league in 3-point shooting. They're averaging 44 shots from 3. So if you're trusting the scouting report, you would think that all right, that might be the same thing today, but they kind of bit us in the ass in the second half of the game.
Yeah, it kind of did. I mean, listen, the Raptors were bricking all over the place, bro. They were bricking all over the place. In the second half, they started to get a little bit more comfortable. I think Norman Powell went on like an 8-0 run by himself. Yeah. And then, like I said, with 8:41 to go, they were only down by 3. Raptors going an 11-0 run, and that was basically the knockout blow, man. It's a game of runs. They were right in this to win it, even despite the poor shooting. Despite the poor shooting, they were right in this game. So, but yeah, I agree with Jordan. A bit more better decision making when they're under those pressure situations in the zone will definitely go a long way for them. And in this early stretch, again, it's part of the adjustments. It's part of the adjustments that they're gonna have to make.
Yeah, you're right. But we still gonna need bodies back, man. Like, unless, or maybe we do play Iggy.
Nah, I don't see it. I definitely don't see it. You're better off seeing some other guys come back, but it's going to be interesting to see. You have Rivers, you have Burks, who, again, I'd like to see back in the starting lineup once we're at full strength.
Yeah.
You have Quickly. Backcourt's getting crowded, J. Ellis. What are you doing?
I'm looking at Reggie Bullock like, I don't know.
What are you doing?
Reggie Bullock, to me, is a see what happens type of a guy. If he's off, I'm like,
Tip spoke pretty highly of him, bro. He loves his defense. If he gives you a night like Cleveland, I think he's in there.
I think so too.
He loves his defense.
I think so too. But how many people are playing good defense now?
It's a good point. I still think I want to put Burks in the starting lineup.
I agree.
But I think DSJ and Frank are going to be on the shelf for a little bit. I think Frank and Bullock could be battling for a spot. I don't see the reason to bring DSJ back into this rotation. I just don't see the purpose. And I think you're going to have situations where Rivers or Quickly could be finishing the game at the 1.
You're right. Yeah, I can definitely see that on a combo guard situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. I definitely see it as well. Do
you make an argument for Kev in the starting lineup instead of Bullock?
Shoot, I make an argument for that too. If we have to see Kev keeps producing at that rate, then maybe we'll have to try it. Kev, man, he goes from feast to famine.
Yeah,
3-point seconds. Like, he'll hit 2 threes in a row and then send a pass in the stands, and you're just like, man, where is this going? But I do love that the defense is picking up consistently on a night-to-night basis.
Yeah.
And that corner 3 is becoming deadly. I kind of feel like he got in his head a little bit in the second half. It was like kind of like how you're pedaling a bike, and when you first learn how to ride a bike, and you're like, oh my God, Mom, I'm doing it. And then he just kind of fell off when he realized he was doing it. I kind of feel like that's what happened today, man. He needs to stay in rhythm, and I think he'll be fine.
Yeah. If they, you could go with, if you're going to go same starters, and let's say you put Burks back in there, Off the bench, you can go Quickly, Rivers, Kev, Obi, Noel.
Right, I can see
Quickly,
that.
Rivers, Kev, Obi, Noel. And again, Frank and Bullock could be battling for some defensive, spot minutes there.
Yeah, I agree.
I just like Burks' versatility in that starting lineup, that when things do get slow, you can count on him as another playmaker, another guy that can get to the hoop.
I agree.
And draw fouls.
I agree completely. You're not going to be able to load up on Julius like they did tonight,
right?
Or even the last game. Like, it's a miracle to me that we won the last game, CP. Considering like Julius could get a triple-double and shoot out of his mind from all three levels of the court to get that win. That's not always going to happen every single night. That type of usage every single night is just insane. Somebody is going to have to step up at some point.
Somebody's going to step up.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody has to step up, man. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Let's go to Nick in LA. Nick, what's going on, man?
Fellas, well, first off, Happy New Year. Hope y'all doing good and everything.
Yeah, Happy New Year, my dude. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well, man.
I'm faring better, man. Faring better. So my take tonight, man, real simple. We got 5 games in this, and we ain't seen not one for ISO for Mitch Rob. Well, we saw this on the highlights all summer. Him shooting the three.
It's not gonna happen.
Do none of that when he gets the ball at the top of the key.
Nah, he's not doing that, man. You could forget it, bro. You could forget that, man. That's not gonna happen with Mitch. Best thing you could hope for is a nice little dribble handoff and cut, dribble handoff and get out of there.
Can we at least get a corner three?
I don't see
corner three. I mean, Gene Wiesman is taking it down the court like Giannis. He's shooting threes. I'm like, he's way more advanced than Mitch, and he's only like 19.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you should expect to see that from out of Mitch's game. And honestly, I don't think that's where he'll be the most impactful for this team. He has to work on staying on the court. He has to work on being more physical, being more dominating around the rim, getting more defensive rebounds. As James from Long Island had said before, we gave these guys a lot of second chance opportunities, which was just ridiculous. And in the end, it really cost us. And so with Mitch, you just want to see him get stronger, man. Snatch that rock and let's go. Stay out there on the court. He picked up his 4th foul early in the third. That cost him some playing time. And so, again, for Mitch, it's just the basics right now, JLs.
Yeah, and I mean, I like.
He's fooled us for 2 straight summers, man.
Yeah, go ahead, JLs.
I mean, he hasn't fouled out yet, so I'll give him the credit for that. It seems like all the foul stuff was happening in the preseason today. The 4th foul in the third quarter was a problem. But overall, I like what he's been doing. I feel like he's been under the radar pretty good. But I do feel like today the rebounding was a little bit of a problem. And also, I feel like the picks, he's been setting good picks recently. The picks were hitting today, man. I don't feel like he's actually hitting any bodies on the picks today. So get back to the film, Mitch, and get back to the basics. And then maybe you'll take a 3 or 2. I don't know.
I agree. And speaking of Mitch, going back to James from Long Island's point, the Gotham Lobs just haven't been there, bro.
Ah, man.
The Gotham Lobs is, that the guards are forcing it. Mitch can't finish them. And the Gotham Lobs just haven't been getting executed out there, man, for sure. Definitely agree with James's take on that.
It's too cluttered, man. Those guards are going to have to be able to hit the floaters in the mid-range to be able to actually execute the Gotham Lob at an appropriate rate. Right now, why am I guarding Elfrid Payton if he can't shoot the mid-range? Like, I'm going to just lay back and guard Mitch and see what you can do from there. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully that can pick up at some point.
Yeah. Agreed. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. New Year's Eve, Knicks post-game live. Knicks lose 100-83 in Tampa, spoiling Kevin Knox's homecoming. Kev was out there ready to go, man. He was running and gunning, JLs.
Mm-hmm. He's like, I'm home.
Yeah, above the rim, what's going on?
What's up, fellas? Peace and blessings for the new year, man.
Yeah, same to you, man. How you doing, bro?
Pretty good. Pretty much, I'm just making it real simple. But I don't know if anybody noticed, but Toronto is really trash this season.
Yeah,
we were still in the game. I don't agree with none of the calls today. We were still in the game. I don't think we should be blaming Randall at all.
No.
I mean, he's the best player on the team right now, and he's just going to attract double and triple teams. People just got to make shots. It's really, really simple.
Yeah.
I think Tibbs was a little bit late on some of the rotations, the lineup rotations. I think he could have started Knox the start of the third, and Knox was. I mean, he was trying to will a win for the team, but until we have like a competent point guard, Knox is not going to thrive this season at all. As soon as Rivers came in the game, you could see Knox got a little pep in his step, and he was, he had his game flowing. Tibbs definitely has to watch out on the lineups. We were still in the game, and we definitely needed this game because, who do we play next?
Got the Pacers next.
It's not going to get any easier. We got to have these.
Yeah.
These are must wins now.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say.
It was right there.
Man.
Peace, bro. Happy New Year to you, bro. It was right there, Jails.
Yeah.
They have the Pacers on Saturday without T.J. Warren. T.J. Warren out again indefinitely.
Yeesh.
I
heard that.
T.J. Warren is out indefinitely, so
That sucks.
he'll be down for the Pacers. But that you're gonna get heavy doses of Sabonis.
That's gonna be a test.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a test to see if you can stay out of trouble and bottle up Sabonis.
Yeah, Mitch will be tested once again. I think maybe went a little bit too long with the starters in the third. I wanted to see Rivers and Knox out there a lot sooner because I thought Bullock was atrocious all night. Could have gave Kev a lot of his minutes, a lot of Bullock's minutes, but again, I think Tibbs trusts him, even though Kev's defense is coming along better. I think Tibbs still trusts Bullock defensively, and that's why he left him in there.
Yeah, good point. I mean, Kevin's gonna have to outright take it for him. He just needs to hit his shots consistently and make it so that he doesn't have a choice but to put Kevin in the game. That's pretty much what he has to do at this point.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what's going on with Bullock. I'm not sure, which Bullock are we getting? Are we going to get Detroit Pistons Bullock? Is that Bullock ever going to be here in the New York Knicks?
He was there the other day against the Cavs.
Definitely was. He definitely was for a game, but we need some consistency.
He was there against the Cavs, but tonight he was leading the New York Bricks, man. Wide open.
Yeah.
Wide open. It happens.
Yeah.
I just gave you guys the Bucks. The Bucks came in and went 7 of 30 something against the Knicks and got washed. The very next night, Jay Ellis, they set the NBA record for made threes at 29 and washed the Miami Heat. It's basketball, bro. It happens. It happens.
Yeah, man. Hey, the Cavs were 3-0, and then we beat them.
Facts.
And then we get a team that's 0-3, and we get spanked. It's basketball.
It happens, man. It happens. Sometimes you just can't explain it. Now, for RJ, it could be a little bit of a concern, no doubt about it, because, he's kind of picking up where he left off last year. Preseason was promising, but so far this season hasn't been that great. So we got to see how that how that goes as the year progresses, for sure.
Definitely in his head.
Yeah, 100%, man. All right, back to the phones. Let's go to Will from the Bronx. Will, what's going on, man?
Hey, man, what's going on, yo? What's going on, yo? First, want to say a Happy New Year to y'all. Y'all definitely doing y'all thing, and I definitely appreciate this.
Thanks. Yo, Will, real quick, if you're on speakerphone, bro, you got to take us off speakerphone and just turn your volume down, please, bro.
Oh, my fault. Hold on.
He's lounging talking to us, Jay. He's got his phone on the kitchen table, come on, bro.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, loud and clear, bro. Loud and clear. Perfect now.
Okay. All right. Cool. So I'm watching a game, and there's two things. One, they need to sit down with RJ. RJ has to stop shooting threes. They need to work on RJ in his mid-range. He has to mix it up. Like y'all said earlier in the broadcast, he can't always play bully ball. the teams understand his tendency, so they're not putting the smaller wing on him. They're putting a larger wing. So you see that with the Pacers. The Pacers threw T.J. Warren on him. You see the Sixers. The Sixers put Ben Simmons on him. You know, the reason is because, like, he's going to bully a smaller wing. So he has to add to his offensive repertoire. He needs he needs more tools. Secondly, Randall. This is why I'm on the trade Randall bandwagon. It's not because Randall had a bad game. He didn't. Randall did the best he could. But I'm looking at the team now, and we really need to be in assets acquiring mode. Like we really need more talent, and it's not. We need talent that we could actually build around. You know, Randall. As much as I like Randall is a piece, and I fear, you know, like sometimes with the fan base, we tend to fall in love with pieces. So last year, people were falling in love with Marcus Morris. People wanted Marcus Morris to stay. Like, oh, why wouldn't we just, you know, offer him $60 million?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I get it, and appreciate the call. Well, I definitely get it. And what he's saying is, JLs, you can't keep falling in love with these players off of sentiment, right? You got to continue to build for the future. What you're saying is you want to just keep the option open. Yeah. As OB comes along. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, and Marcus Morris is a different situation. Marcus Morris is like 30-something years old. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. 30-something years old. It's going to be the last good contract he's ever going to get. So to turn him into like an Emmanuel Quickly type of pick, like to me, that was a no-brainer. Right. Randall is 26. It's a little bit more thought that's going into that, and his trajectory is longer term. But but you're right, CP. I'm saying buy OB time. Buy OB time at this moment.
Yeah, but I think his development could be hurt by Randall being here, so it could be a double-edged sword. So that was my point in terms of trading him. You know, if you want to pick up the option, we'll see. Let's see how the season goes. It's still very, very early. See how both of them play. But if you wanted to pick up the option, maybe. But anything after that, to me, I think it's a dangerous game, and I think they run the risk of ruining that draft pick if they do that. Let's go to Phil from New Jersey. Phil, what's going on, bro?
Hey, what's up, guys? I just wanted to talk about something super, super quick. I wanted to address kind of the toughness of the New York point guards, and I just wanted to get your guys' opinion on, you know, if these guys are actually hurt or if they're just kind of like, you know, having minor injuries and sitting out, and I'll take your answer off there. Thank you.
No, I mean, I don't know. You know, I can't judge what's going on. If they're hurt, they're hurt. If they can play, they can play. I don't think Tibbs would be babying them. I don't think guys would be faking injury. If you're looking at Frank and DSJ, they know it's put up or shut up time. You know, so their numbers almost up. So if they could play, I'm sure they would be playing. But these are guys who have been, you know, hurt on a regular. So it seems like their durability is in question. With Burks, again, it was a basketball play. He injured his ankle. You know, you can't prevent that. Obi strained calf. Again, if they wanted him playing out there, if he could play, I'm sure they would have him playing out there. But I think they're also taking precaution. You had your two rookies hurt in the same game, you know, with very limited preparation time, and to just jump into NBA action, you know, I think you got to tread lightly with it.
Yeah, man. I feel like at this point, I think we're kind of desperate for bodies. So I don't think there's any. I think if they cannot play, I think they're going to hold them out.
Agreed. Let's go to Black Sal from Jersey. Black Sal, what's going on?
CPJL is first time calling in, long time.
Yeah, how you doing, bro? Happy New Year, man.
I'm doing good. Happy New Year, you guys. Hope you guys have a happy and healthy New Year and keep killing it.
Appreciate it, man. Much appreciated. What's your points for tonight?
I just want to make a quick point about RJ. In respect to Julius, fellas, Julius has been great so far, and I think as a fan base, we have to understand he's not the issue at this point. So I'm sitting back here on the couch, and I'm watching garbage time tonight. And at the end, when Harper's coming in and Pinson, etc., I wanted to see with RJ and Knox on the floor, who would take command and finish the game out professionally and be aggressive, right? So I'm watching, I see that was RJ. So looking at it from an offensive scheme standpoint, just watching the game and how it flowed at that point, I think it's obvious to see that RJ's bread and butter is having the paint open so he can drive and attack and make plays for others.
Yeah.
Now, we know he has to work on his jumper and he needs to hit shots and be a threat on spot-up opportunities, but what I'm seeing, essentially, he needs a space and a role that Julius has on our team. Unfortunate thing is, like, RJ is just not as good as Julius right now. So he's not going to get the opportunity on this team unless Julius is off the floor.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to ask you guys, until RJ is better in spot-up opportunities, I feel like Tibbs should flip-flop lineups a bit and let RJ get downhill with lineups without Julius, especially when Obi gets back. What you guys think about that? Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, you could. You could definitely try to stagger the minutes that way. And appreciate the call, bro. You could definitely try to stagger the minutes that way, JL. So maybe have RJ finish the first, take you into the second quarter, without Julius out there and start running some plays for him that way. You could certainly try to do that.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. Just that at that point, somebody still has to hit the 3-point. Like that means Obi would have to hit that 3. He hasn't shown he can hit it as of yet. He's shown it in college, but hopefully that translates. But I definitely can see the thinking behind that, and I agree that's something to test out.
Yeah, definitely something to test out because, like I said, it's almost the same as last year, bro. When you have Julius, when you have Peyton dominating the ball like that, and again with Julius, it's almost a necessary evil because he still is your best player. It limits RJ's effectiveness, turns him into a spot-up shooter. That's not his strength. So again, you still have mismatched pieces. My guy Pete from House of Highlights came on here the other day, said, with RJ, again, you got to build a team around him almost perfectly because of the way his game is because of the way his style is. It's a very difficult situation. Very difficult situation. So, but I think Black Sal, came up with a good point, maybe staggering the lineups a little bit to have RJ out there kind of as a focus on the offense may help things.
Yeah, it's definitely worth giving it a try. And if Julius can hit, at least if Julius can hit a 3 at a consistent basis, and he hasn't today, then maybe that can work as well. But I agree.
Yeah, definitely agree there. Couple more calls, JL. Steve from the Bronx. Steve, what's going on, man?
What's good, fellas? I wanna say Happy New Year real quick. Hold on. I'm on the phone real quick. My fault. I got a couple things I want to bring up real quick, man. I'm gonna be a little optimistic, if I may, bro. We didn't. If you consider the fact that we shot bad from 3-pointer, we pretty much did everything that you want us to do. We played hard. We stood in the game. We tried to run the plays. We played through Randall, which is our bread and butter, and we lost. And that's really only because we was missing threes. I feel like for the most part we played hard.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, listen, all you could ask for, they play hard for sure. They play hard. Do they always play smart? No. Again, some of the transition defense was broken because they took terrible shots. Yeah. That's from some of the terrible lobs to some of the bad threes. Some of the long threes, and so the transition defense broke. And I think their spirit got broken as the game wore on. They're running 8 deep. So ultimately, they're going to get gassed. But certainly can't blame the lack of effort. I'm not putting this one on Julius. Listen, it's a bad night. You can't win them all. And the expectations, Jay Ellis, once they watch the Bucks, once they beat Cleveland, everybody wants to win every game. P-word. Yeah, everybody, people's getting so, excited and optimistic. But again, you got to chalk it up. Raptors wanted this game, and they took it. They made more plays down the stretch and executed better than the Knicks did. You want to keep it as simplistic as that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, definitely, man. All right, a couple more calls before we wrap. We got 2 more calls in the docket. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Knicks postgame live. CPJ Ellis. Knicks lose 100-83. Yes, we are rocking the fresh KnicksFanTV snapback, Jay Ellis. We're gonna start repping the home team a lot more going into 2021. So for tonight, we're doing a New Year's Eve blast on the store. Get 40% off your snapbacks with promo code All-Star. This is the All-Star snapback. We got them in white, black, and navy blue. These are the navy blue joints. Got the black joints going on right here, huh? It's nice. Right. Real nice. Crispy, bro. This is the All-Star version. Little alternate logo, if you will, JLs. And we got the Scullies, too. We're gonna debut the Scullies as well.
What's up?
Yeah, man. 40% off with promo code All-Star. Go to the KnicksFanTV store and get yours for the new year. Continue to rep KFTV. All right. A couple more calls. Louis from Brooklyn. Louis, what's going on? All right. Louis going once. Louis, what's going on?
Louis, what's going on?
Hello? All right. Yeah, you gotta turn your volume down, bro. Turn your volume. All right, yeah, I gotta mute him, bro. People, when you come on, no speakerphone. Be ready and turn down your volume, please. Please, it's just the basics. All right, let's see if he's ready. Louis, are you there? What's going on?
He's ready. Louis, are you there?
He's not ready.
Nah, he's not ready. He's not ready, man. Louis in the Matrix right now, JLs. Last call of the night, man. Let's go to Aaron from Kentucky. Aaron, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, you guys? Just want to say Happy New Year, CP, Jay Ellis.
Yeah, same to you, man. How you doing, bro?
Good, man. I just want to talk about the game tonight. For us shooting as bad as we did, still be in the game against a team like Toronto, and I know they were 0-3, and they was without Siakam. But for us to be still in the game, I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that, like, these guys are really buying into Tibbs, and I think we just got to give them time to really start seeing, like, well, for one, we need to get more guys back than just 8 guys. And I really think that we'll start seeing more continuity. I think once we get all of our shooters back, like Burks, Rivers, quickly on the court, I don't know if they'll all be out there at the same time. But I think that will open up more driving lanes for RJ. That way he doesn't have to always – because I feel like when he starts the game out with shooting threes, it just ain't going to be a good game. But if you see him go to the basket – and, you know, get a couple and ones or just even get to the free throw line, it seems like he'll start to hit those threes.
Gets into a rhythm.
More.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see RJ Barrett taking 4 to 6 threes right now. Maybe 2, 3 at the most. But y'all just let me know what y'all think, man. I appreciate y'all taking my call.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, you're looking for him to get into a better rhythm, JLs. You're looking for him to get into a better rhythm. He didn't have it tonight. He definitely didn't have that RJ rhythm tonight for sure.
Absolutely, man. You definitely want to see the inside out instead of the outside, and that's always kind of been his thing. So yeah, I agree with him in all points, man.
Yeah, I agree. But like I said, everybody's not gonna, that bully ball is gonna get cut off every once in a while, bro. So again, it's that intermediate game from the 3-point line to the basket. That mid range is where he's got to master to be effective out there. He's got to master. Yeah,
for sure, man. It's crazy because you look at his shot. He looks balanced. The shot looks better. It doesn't, but it's just not falling. So I don't know if it's just in his head or what. It's just not falling from him. Hopefully it gets down eventually.
Yeah. Just wasn't falling tonight, man. It happens. Definitely happens to the best of them. So it is what it is. People asking about the link to the store in the bio. Let me just put it out there for the people to see it real quick. Just throw the link to the store in there. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Mm-hmm. New Year's Eve edition. I'm going to wrap this one up a little bit early. All right. So everybody could get back to their families and think. Thanks. Not much to talk about on this one. It's just one of those games. So it is what it is. We'll be back Saturday, JL's Knicks versus Pacers.
Oh.
See if they can bounce back. Man. Let me salute some super chats. Salute to Michael Parker, number 1 fan of the show. He says, trade RJ. He's crazy. Alan Berman says, salute. The good news is we won't shoot this bad all season. Was hoping RJ would step up when Randall was getting doubled, and he didn't. Led to Bullock Elf taking 30 shots. Never want to see that again. Above the rim says, Knicks Nation need to chill on RJ being trash. I'm here, all 72. This one is not on Julius. Stop, cease swing, and hit that thumbs up button for you boys.
All right.
Corso 117, he says, I'm not overreacting to this one. Just a bad shooting night from 3. If we hit 1 out of 3 of those shots, we are right in this game. Need RJ to play inside out. Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of along the lines of what my guy from Kentucky was saying and what we were saying. So, yeah, it's early, man. It's early. You see what the expectations are, dude, J. Ellis. Oof.
Yeah.
Fan base was hot tonight. I wanted to see a W as well, man. Definitely wanted to see a W as well, but
totally out of shot. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When the game started, I was like, "Oh, Raptors 0-3. We might lose because they're gonna be hungry." By the time we got to the third, fourth quarter, I was like, "I think we could take this. We get a shot. We just gotta hit 2 shots in a row, and we good."
Yeah,
never happened.
did not happen, man. Did not happen. But again, Saturday's another day, and yeah, man, we'll definitely pick it back up. So, JLs, any super chats you wanna shout out real quick before we wrap?
Yeah. Shout out to what's up, you see. So my guy earlier, Rodney. Shout out to my guy Rodney saying $5 super chat says Brooklyn, Happy New Year. We miss open threes at a record. I get that happens sometimes, but RJ especially should attack the rim and take more mid-range. Shout out to you, Rodney.
Yeah, same sentiments, man. Same sentiments. So, as we look into 2021. It was a tough year, JLs. Very, very tough year for, I think, a lot of us. I think society on a whole, man. I think society on a whole. But just as, when you think about the game, losing Kobe, then the coronavirus and stuff like that, it was definitely tough. Again, I think everybody was impacted. Whether you had somebody who was suffering from it or passed away from it, or just, I think, mentally, people having to shut down and people losing their businesses. It was a tough time. Definitely a tough time for people, man. So, but I would just say for us, this platform, this channel, or these channels have been kind of looked at as a way to get away from the issues going on in society or in people's lives. So I think we definitely served a purpose there. And so it was good. I think it was a welcome distraction for people. People had messaged me, DM me saying the same thing. So I'm glad that we were able to, we went 9 months with no live hoops and just kept cranking out content. So
that was great.
Yeah, I think it was a welcome distraction for people. The quarantine streams were hitting, great interviews. I still think the X-Men was my favorite one, man. Just I was going back through the content. I'm kind of creating a highlight reel of 2020. I still think the X-Men one was still the best one, bro.
Oh, okay. I gotta rewatch it because sometimes you get prisoner of the moment. Sometimes the last one you think is the greatest one. But I do remember X-Men was very comfortable talking to us. He was kind of, I felt like he was in his living room talking.
X-Men was very comfortable, man, and it was great. It was a great experience, and again, for us to be able to hold it down from a content perspective for 9 months with no hoops, I think that was a great accomplishment. But for the community at large, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just want to shout out the I'm sorry.
Yeah, good.
CashApp super chats because I know I don't read it, but shout out to the one who sent a CashApp.
Lawan definitely a supporter, so definitely salute to Lawan. And for those of you, as JL has said, the Cash Apps through YouTube are cool. You get to see the graphic and everything, but Cash App itself, Venmo and PayPal, those would be preferred because then YouTube doesn't get a percentage. So if you guys could, those are other options, and they actually would be better for us in terms of not having to share that revenue with YouTube. So that would be cool as well. Another quick note, Jay Ellis, salute and rest in power to MF Doom.
Crazy.
As we close out 2020, man. Another legend of the culture is no longer with us, and not only that, a diehard Knicks fan, JLs.
That's crazy.
Diehard Knicks fan and MF Doom. So MF Doom has left us in 2020. We definitely send our condolences to his family and friends and everybody in the hip hop community, everybody in the culture that appreciated his talent and his art. So definitely rest in paradise to MF Doom, man. 100%, man. 100%. And so, just to close this out once again, man, I got my glass poured up, JL, so I know you don't drink, so we'll get you a digital Shirley Temple, if you will. But just to all the viewers, all the mods, everybody that supported us, over the years and even through this year, definitely cheers to you guys. Salute. Hopefully 2021 is better for you than 2020 was. Absolutely. And yeah, man, just continue to support, continue to hit that thumbs up on for your boys. And in 2021, I'm going to wish you guys the best of health, wealth, and prosperity to you and your families, man. So here's to a better 2021 for sure. And yeah, man, that's all I got to say, JLs. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, man, yo, just thanks for the support for this year, for everybody who's even rocking, because, started this a while ago. Instagram started it. I started with my friends with Ryan and Kathy and Edson. So shout out to people who watched that show well with the KOT show. And I just thank for all the support, man, for sure. And even though the new people, the writers, we get the Kens, the Fritz, Dave has contributed as well. Yeah. Rob, Jeff, I don't even know Jeff as well. Like, shout out to everybody who just supports, who does multiple things, who likes, shares, subscribe, who argues with me on Twitter, who bigs me up on Twitter, or everybody, man. I just shout you out, man.
Shout out to you guys, man. So Saturday night, Knicks versus Pacers. We'll be back. Let's see if they get a bounce back WJLs. Let's see if they bounce back. And that's it, man. Once again, salute to everybody that came through. Remember, the show's available in audio podcast format: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Amazon Alexa, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. Wherever podcasts are, we are there, so no excuse to miss it. Please share these videos, share it on social media, text a friend, email a friend, let them know this is the #1 show for the fans, by the fans. And once again, to all the mods, great job as usual. Go to the KnicksFanTV store and get you a snapback, man. New in stock, looking crispy, J. Ellis. And let me get my Scullies too, man. Let me get the Scullies, man.
All right. Got your own logo these days.
Got the Scullies looking fresh as well.
Your own logos, no?
Oh yeah. We about to rock the home team. We're rocking the home team, man. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So we got the snaps. Here's the All-Star Scully. It's cold outside, J. Ellis. Whew. Gotta get the branding right. You know what I'm saying? All in the store, nice and fresh, nice and warm. Keep your dome warmed up. Pause. Well, yeah, man. That's just what we doing, man. #1 show for the fans, by the fans. Rocking our own merch now. Stepping it up into 2021. Let's get out of here, JL. See you guys Saturday. Knicks versus Pacers. Cheers. Salud. Bonjour. We out of here.